Hey, everybody, welcome to... Hey, everybody, we're live! Sorry, we started a little later today because I had some family stuff come up and I just needed some more time. So happy, sorry. I thought I had the list there. YouTubing is hard sometimes when you do it all yourself. I've learned. Had it unlisted all day. I was hoping some of you guys are hopefully know and found us tonight. Doing a late night show here, talking about Batwoman, some other issues, and to do so, I did get my man Adon here. What's up, Adon?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good to see you. Always good to have you. Hold on, why is this? There you are. Oh, I gotta close. Oh, what just happened? Remove myself. There he is. There's a full screen of Don. Beautiful Don. How you doing, man? How's your week been going, man?
A little bit of chaos, but staying alive, so it's always good.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. That's a good. What? Anything you want to talk about or no? Just move on. Let's have fun.
Usual car troubles.
Oh, car troubles.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I can relate. Mm-hmm. Well, welcome, my man. We're going to hang out, you and I. I might bring some of you in tonight just to have some fun. I haven't done that in a while. I see Ashley. I see Chris. I see Bunda. I see Crazy Uzo. Hey, James Taylor. Tyler. James Taylor is always who I think of. Tony, what's up? Sathwick. We got Ty in the building. Christian. Jack. Cosmic. Latte. Sean. Iron Wolf. Me, Mastermind, David March, he's rocking the red badge with Bunda, and they got the longest badges I see. Thank you guys, everybody sticking in, watching us. Welcome to the show. Look, tonight we're gonna do whatever you guys want to talk about. We're just gonna hang for a little bit. I do have a question for everybody because I just needed a drink. It's been a long day. I don't actually. Only times I drink, guys, are like twice a week, maybe once a week, rather. On these streams. I got my Malibu, Adon, right? Okay. I bought one of those sets, and it came with like a can of Dole juice, pineapple juice. And then I put that Dole pineapple juice in one of these things. Well, my lady did. And then she left it in the fridge. But it's probably been there might be there now 3-4 weeks. Does pineapple juice go bad like OJ? Should I not be drinking this? It doesn't smell bad.
I mean, in my experience, it does.
That's what I'm worried. I'm like, it's been in there an awfully long time. I can't tell because it's in a pink bottle. That's probably moldy and gross at this point, right? Ugh, I don't want to drink old pineapple juice.
I mean, if it's any consolation, if you had alcohol, it disinfects too.
Is that what it is? Do we have any smart people in the chats to tell me is that worth drinking or not? I got an empty glass until I get enough courage to drink some old moldy pineapple juice with my Malibu rum. I'm not that much of an alcoholic, so there we go. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I see some more people piling in. Thanks, guys. I know it's just sort of delaying a bit because I knew we started this late. It's all booze. Drink it up. Pineapple juice does go right. It does go bad. So it's like 7 to 10 days, just like orange juice, right?
Well, I think orange juice has more preservatives.
Mold can get you drunk too. Sorry, what'd you say?
Like usually when you buy orange juice, a lot of it has preservatives. And like when I get pineapple juice, a lot of it is like more natural, and it just goes bad faster for me for pineapple juice.
I can't tell. I mean, and now it's all. I can't. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not.
Do you got chunks in there?
But now it's in my head. You know what I mean? Like now I'm like, even if it's not bad, I'm gonna be like, this is bad. It's not.
You can just swish it around a little bit. Does it taste a little bit different?
I don't do shots very well. I need like a shooter with it. All right, whatever. I'll get water at some point. We won't drink tonight. Beta male central. That's what's going on, man. I'm a beta male. No, I'm not. Come on, dude. I just like I don't like beer. It tastes like piss to me. Never understood it.
I'm drinking a screwdriver, so
yeah. I'd rather if I had like a Coke and some whiskey, I'd do that. But I don't like my straight, gross beers and stuff. Not my style. All right, but let's talk about stuff, Adon. We got some stories. We got some news. I got lots of stuff happening in the world of the internet. The big thing is this Batwoman story. And apple juice. I might have apple juice, Steph. Which good call. At some point, I'll go while Don's talking. At some point, I may just cut to him, and then I'll come back and I'll have my apple juice. But here's what's happening with this Batwoman story. I didn't jump on it like a lot of other channels are sort of, oh my God, Batwoman! It's another social justice nonsense, woke BS, yada yada yada. Look, I have some thoughts on this, but let's look at the story before we do anything else. Okay, Don, I want to get your thoughts on this. Batwoman cast Javicia. I don't know how to say her name. Javisa Leslie. Javicia Leslie to take over the superhero mantle. So there she is. And Warner Brothers Berlanti announced that they've cast her. Leslie will portray Ryan Wilder, described as likable, messy, a little goofy, untamed, who in season 2 will take over the Bat mantle. Her casting as the first black actress to portray Batwoman in the live action perspective. So I'm going to get to her comment, though. She said, go away. I'm extremely proud to be the first black actress to play the iconic role of Batwoman on television. And as a bisexual woman, I am honored to join this groundbreaking show, which has been such a trailblazer for the LGBTQ plus community, she said in a statement. Ruby Rose, obviously, is the one who had to leave due to a difficult decision. I heard it was because she just was over it, and it was sort of everyone was okay with the decision because apparently she was a pain in the butt. Rumors I heard. I mean, she just didn't want to do TV, as I think what it's about. Pain in the butt, or like personally, I think she just was sort of like, ugh, I didn't realize what I signed up for. She made a very difficult decision of leaving. Rose made her debut, obviously. In June, Kate's disappearance was one of the mysteries of season 2. I don't want to give away any of our surprises, but sorry, I'm missing something. Batwoman put out a casting call for a new character. After some reflection and out of respect for Rose, the show's audience, she chose to move forward with a new Batwoman. In June, further clarified in a tweet that the show does not have any plans to erase Kate. Kate's disappearance will be one of the mysteries of season 2. I don't want to give away any of our surprises, but all of our devoted fans, please know that LGBTQ plus justice is at the core of what Batwoman is, and we have no intention of abandoning that. All right, so let's get to this, Adon, because I don't know this character. I know you. I asked beforehand. You know this character a little bit, not as much. Yeah, way to go, Marcus, using the Batman logo there. See, chatters, you got them. You can start spreading the Batman love. Look, I want her to be a good character and a good actress, and I want the story to be strong. Why do we have to market this so heavily with she's bisexual? It's so important for the LGBTQ rights. Look. If that's part of the plot points and it is naturally in there, great. But why do they insist on selling the show on it? It just feels like all that's going to do is kick up all these trolls and jerks who are just going to be like, oh my God, I'm not watching this because it's woke. And honestly, this feels just like, is the show actually going to be good? Or is it so important that they just have, someone who's bisexual playing the character that they don't even really aren't focusing on the character? Do you know what I mean, Adon? Like, what shouldn't we be selling this on the merits of she's a great actress? She's awesome. She did another show I forget about, but we're really excited about her plot line because we have some really exciting places it's going to go. It's going to be a different kind of character. She's going to be more funny. She's going to be a little bit more goofy, and it allows us to sort of justify why, Kate's gone. Why is it always about she's black, she's bisexual? Please watch. Do you get any of that vibe, or do you feel like the character of Batwoman is so important that, it needs to be said before the show starts?
So, well, I'll be honest. I didn't read the article before coming on just now. So I was thinking, funny enough, that she was going to be replacing, as the new Kate Kane. Right. Maybe just multiverse her in and have her come in, which I was going to be down and sold for that idea, especially if they were going to focus on her past and everything on that. But the sheer fact that they're bringing her in as is, I believe Ryan Wilder is the character's name. To my knowledge, that's a standalone character. It's a completely new character that they're bringing in to do the show. And they're giving her a completely different background for it. So honestly, I really don't think it would have been necessary to have her gender choices or anything of that nature be of that much of importance. I think and I agree, it's more of a play to chalk it up, we have, it's a twofer. She's the first black woman and she's a bisexual, and we can capitalize this for the sales on it. the character, Kate Kane's character in the comics being lesbian is heavily ingrained into her background. And I did a quick study on the original Batwoman. It actually, the reason why they kind of did it as a making her lesbian is actually a tie to the original OG Batwoman, because people were afraid Batman was giving the impression he was gay. So the original OG Batwoman was designed to be a love interest, which that was the, I think, golden or silver age. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good reasoning why they could have kept her that way, but now that it's a completely new character, unless they can tie it back to her background story, I don't really see it being as good. I like the original Kate Kane's character motif. I would have rather see them just do it like a multiverse of her.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm confused. I'm trying to read some of your comments too. Also, I went and got a quick drink. Woo woo! Now I'm ready. But yeah, I'm glad I educated you on that, because yeah, the changing of the character to me is a weird choice too. It's like it's weird that Jim Clegg. What's up, Jim? Oh, you want to call in? You got Skype? You should come in and we should tell some old stories, Jim. Wow, blast from the past, Jim Clegg. Jim Clegg, if you have Zoom, come on in. I'm gonna invite some of you also later, but here you go. Jim Clegg's an old college friend of mine. That would be fun to connect. Let's talk. But what I was saying was, hey, good to see you, man. What I was saying was, I just don't understand why we're selling it. Oh, I'm gonna spill my drink. Why we're selling it on these orientations? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
like I said, it's a twofer. Like if it's a way to catch eyes on it. Like they're gonna sell it like the fact, oh, not only is she bisexual, she's a black woman, and she's gonna be the first black female Batwoman to do this role, like in comics and in general. So like it's a first ever, and I'm like, you're right. That shouldn't be the focal point on it.
And to be clear, like I know there's a lot of people out there who are sort of hating on the show, saying, "Oh, it's woke. Look how desperate they're doing it." I don't care that she's bisexual. I don't care that she's black. Great. We need more representation. I'm all about that. I don't have a problem with the woke, but I do have a problem with the wokeness of let's market it as that. We have to now, it's like this last line of like, she literally says there at the end, please know that LGBTQ justice is at the very core of what Batwoman is, and we have no intention of abandoning that. That's really the core of Batwoman? Is that the core of Batwoman to you, Adon? Like, I mean, I know it's a big part of the character in the comics. I'm not disrespecting it, but why is that like the billboard? Like, it's like, can't that just be a part of her? And there's a lot to Batwoman beyond just that. So when you that's the flag you're putting out there right away. Sure, great, representation matters, but shouldn't we be like focused on what the character is? And that's not her sexual orientation. Why does that identify her sole identifier as a character? And anybody in the comments or anybody who has a difference of opinion on this, I did put the link out. You're welcome to come in and try and change our minds, talk about it.
So
I'll put it
let
out
me
there
put
again.
it this way. Like it would have been great. Like if they kept it as like Kate Kane's character, because and from what I know of it, her character grew up military family, went to West Point, and she got kicked out of West Point because they advised her, lie about your sexual orientation. Don't confess. And like, and just keep going. And she's like, I refuse. I am who I am. This is who I always will be. And she got kicked out. And then she couldn't continue. So her character was through that growth. And then she ended up getting in relationships, and she was partying, and then got in and met Batman, inadvertently fell from being attacked by another criminal. And she defended herself very well because she's very trained. But that was her influence. She met Batman, saw that, and was inspired to become that. And she continued her relationship, met other characters, even tried to have a marriage earlier on in the comics to another woman. And that was a big faux pas around when it came out. So that kind of stuff I could see, yeah, if you're going to continue with that, that's a heavily ingrained storyline based that built her character in that sense. But like this one, I just read quickly in the article, like the new character that they developed, a former drug runner who just is what's going to be Ryan Wilder's character. And I'm like, no, if we're trying to like, hearken up to like the greatness of her, and why were we throwing up a big stereotype like that? Why she got to be a former drug runner?
Good point. Why? Exactly. Our first African American star, and she's a drug runner. That's pretty terrible. Come on.
I mean, it's like I would have been like, oh, she could have been the other cousin of that Bruce Wayne. That family doesn't have to be. They could be a multi-diverse family for all we know. But yeah, matter of fact, in the comics, one of the versions of Kathy Kane, because Kate Kane is the last version. There was about like 2 other versions. One of the versions was the aunt of Bruce Wayne, not his cousin. So like, they could have done so many different things with her character.
Yeah, look, I watched, I don't know, first 5 or 6 episodes of Batwoman. I did try. I wasn't just watching it to hate it. I ended up not liking it. But it was very soapy to me. And I do like a good soap. I like The Flash. I liked The Flash. It's gotten too ridiculous. But this whole idea of Batman disappearing, Batman's on the run, we don't know why. It was already sort of weird and frustrating to me. It's like, and then they talk about him a lot. And so it's just sort of hard to like connect to Batwoman when like Batman is such a presence in the show. And then we don't even get to really understand why or what he left, you know? So to now think, oh, great, now Kane's going to do the same thing. It's just like, so now we got Batman disappeared, now Batwoman disappeared, now we got new Batwoman. So we're going to have to do a whole origin again of why it took so many episodes just to get Kate Kane to like get the suit on and start becoming Batwoman, which I wish they just would have done from the beginning. But now we're going to have another introduction to another. Oh, well, now someone else is going to stumble upon the Batcave, and maybe I should wear the suit for justice, or maybe she leaves a note. I don't know what the hell justification they're going to give it, but it's starting to get ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
just so they can keep Batman relevant in the CW, because they can't use Batman, but they're like, we'll use Batwoman. And perfect opportunity. We gotta LGBTQ plus. We gotta do it. Let's get that audience in here, because I guess that's what CW is banking on. And if it works for them, great. No judgment. But it's just weird. This like, the Batman leaves, Batwoman leaves. Now, how many times are they gonna do it?
I mean, they're just rotating through everybody. But I mean, again, that's what we were talking about. Like the multiverse theory that they heavily work on with the CW. That could have just worked. They could have just threw her in, and then you didn't need. You could have added her background later, but then you'd be like, oh, this is a new Batwoman, like altogether, and then you don't have to develop her story right off the bat. You could just like, boom, we got this Batwoman. Now you got intrigue. I don't know how she got here. Why is she doing this? And then you lead off like she came in here. Now they swap places or whatever in that regards. I call it the Miles Morales. You know, like you bring in everybody loves Peter Parker. Everybody likes him, but then you spice it up by sprinkling in Miles Morales, and then you're like, oh, this it could be like this, and then that's what I thought it could have been, but no.
Well, it's also weird because it's like, have how many Batwomans have been played? Chat, can you help me? Like, aside from Ruby Rose, who else has played Batwoman in like in a like a live action version? I mean, there was Batgirl, which is different from Batwoman, right?
True. Yeah, Batgirl's always been different. There's only been like if we're talking about like film wise, to my knowledge, there's only been animated versions of Batwoman. There's been like the animated movie, the Batwoman one, where it was like after Mask of the Phantasm, and then there was also, was she a black girl too?
But what I'm remarking on is why you think about that is like they're just making such a point of like extremely proud to be the first black actress to play the iconic role of Batwoman on television. Which it's like, there's been like one other person. So I'm just like, yeah, it's not like, I mean, great. I'm not disparaging. It's a big deal. Great. But like, again, that's like the first thing. So we're the first black. It's like, they haven't really done a lot to Batwoman on TV. I guess in cartoons, it could be a big deal too then, but it's again, because they're just, why? And the other frustrating thing is just make a new character. Why can't we create new original characters? Why is the CW? Because they can't. Because they need Batman involved in it. It's like, how many versions of Batman can we spin off and use the Bat logo? To me, it's just getting too much. We got the Batman coming out. The people are saying they want Ben Affleck back. We got Michael Keaton coming back. It's like Batwoman. It's just too many Bat people for me. It's like it's all starting to blend together, where I'm just confused.
I mean, technically, it is an original character in the sense that she never existed. That title, her name never existed beforehand, to my knowledge. But that's it.
Let me read some of your comments. You guys, if you want to get them in there, Super Chat, Streamlabs, links are on there. Thanks for supporting. You guys can pivot where we go. I don't have a lot of top. I have a few other ones we're going to go. We're just going to be chilling with you guys, and I may invite some of you on if you want to. Yeah, come on in, send over your support if you can, and we'll read your comments on air and go there. But I did see one coming in from Eon. It's marketing, Andy. That's all it is. Cringy, but all businesses. I mean, it's true. Like that's why they use Batman. I get it. Because it sells better than just, hey, our new female character would be a hard sell. But, we should be focusing on the writing first and foremost. And I think audiences do want original characters and new chances. It's like Stargirl as an example. It's not an original character, but at least it's something we haven't seen, right? That's a character that's been sort of hidden in MIA for a while. So at least they're trying to like bring up an older character and make it more relevant. When she left, I just think they should have figured out another way to do it. But they can't. So to suddenly, it's going to be very interesting. They have a lot of pressure on that to suddenly know how they're going to justify Kate Kane leaving and then another person now coming in after she already just sort of found the mask, put it on, and learned how to use it. Now we're going to do the same thing again for season 2. That sounds incredibly boring to me, unless you just jump right into it. But then you have that voiceover. Do you guys watch? Any of you watch it? That voiceover was so annoying. But it's like you have to do that sometimes to sort of fast forward through plot points. But anyway, look, I don't care that she's bisexual. I don't care that she's black. That to me should not be the, as they said, the what is it? What was the word they used? I'll make sure I use it properly. That should not be the very core of what Batwoman is. To me, there's a lot to Batwoman's core and any character's core. And sure, her bisexuality, her race are parts of it, but let's write the best character and talk about the plot points and who she's going to be surrounded by, and let's do that. When we start just saying, yeah, it's a great new show, she's black and bisexual, aren't you guys excited? I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel like that's... Why are people's sexual orientation like my business? It's just like... I get it. If I get to know someone and they want to tell me, then great. They can reveal that to me. But it's so weird now that it's become such a... Not that I'm a prude, but it's like, I don't know. It feels like something you should get to know. Like your sexual orientation, your desires. Like as you get to know a person, you'll learn that about them, right? Not that people should be shy or hide them, but why is it such a marketing tool now? Do you notice that happening more and more?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many different shows and like they just throw it right in your face. And I get it. Like you want to throw it out there so people can feel like they can relate to a particular character that much faster. And say like, oh, that person does this and I can relate to them or connect to them. Personally, like I've never connected to a character that just like out of the blue says like, I like anime. And I go, oh, that's my favorite character right now. Or like, I'm Hispanic and like, I love that character. No, absolutely not. But if that character is, I'm enjoying, like their story comes out and they start enjoying it, then I'll find a connectivity in there because it's like, I look at it this way. If I'm watching a show or a movie, I'm getting to know that person. And it's like if I'm sitting, I'm taking the perspective that I'm sitting across from them and they're just telling me their story and I'm getting to know them. The more I get to know them, the more I feel like I can relate at that point. And then I can make that connection. And if there is a difference, then fine, I can embrace that difference better. Great example of this. It's a cartoon. I'm sure you haven't watched it. Voltron.
I know Voltron. I'm not that bad. I remember Voltron as a kid. Yeah.
No, the new Voltron.
All right, fire. You caught me. Netflix. I haven't watched the new one.
Well, they it's spoiler. There is a gay character that's in it. I mean, it took like forever and a day, but they made hints. But like as the show progressed, like you see characters that were like liking to him, and then as time went on, you're like, oh, he's gay, but he's still awesome and he's still good. And I'm like, you know what? Get with your boy. You know, get with your like you want to support him as he's trying to get with another character. They just did another show on Netflix with DreamWorks, where in the first season, one of the characters was like falling for another boy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't swing that way," and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he's like, "Yeah, I like guys," and it was like one of those situations like she's out there, it's like last person on earth, she's stuck out there, and he's the only boy, he's like, "I only like dudes." So, but you can enjoy the characters because he's like, I still love you. You're my best friend. And then I'm like, oh, that's she got friend zoned hard, but I can relate to her now because she got friend zoned.
But you said it well, because it's like when you introduce it in a way that's just part of the story, then it's great. Then everyone can relate and enjoy it and be surprised and enjoy it for the characters in the story. But you know, when you sell it as this is the gay show, I don't understand. Then I feel like you really are just, all right, well, this is for a gay audience. Is sort of what they're doing. It's like, yep, if you're not bisexual and proud, then you're not going to connect to this show. And I do think it's off-putting for the rest of the world. And while we should have representation, and it absolutely matters, and I support that wholeheartedly, I don't understand why we keep marketing it that way. That's, to me, where the mistake is. Such an easy fix. If they made a cool Batwoman and didn't market it that way, and found a great actress and shot it well, I really think a lot of the trolls wouldn't be hating it. They'd be watching it. And then the people that the LGBTQ plus community would also be watching it, right? And then it would bring people together and create characters that everybody, even the seeming haters, could stand up and support. So it's just a very weird choice to just keep jamming it down like as our marketing tools that I don't get why it's a thing. Sounds like we're gonna agree. There's not much of an argument here, so we can keep going. So as I lose my voice, but I'm gonna clip this part for YouTube. If you didn't watch the full show, you can catch it as a member, or I may be parsing some of these episodes out throughout the weekend, so stay tuned. You can also always catch it on iTunes, or I guess iTunes doesn't exist anymore, Apple Music, Spotify, other places you can get podcasts. And if you're a member of Popcorn Planet, guys, please, if you aren't already, you get the badges. Let's get some members tonight. Join, and you can watch the whole episode right away at the end of the evening. So thanks so much for watching. Don, go check him out over at Nerd Tots on YouTube. The link is in the description below. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We are not done, but I'm just clipping this ahead for the uploaded portion of the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will be back in a minute.